Agroecology, ukulima uzingatiapo mazingira ni salama, ni nafuu sana. My name's Francis Ngiri, a farmer from Elementaita, a village called Makongo. I'm practicing agroecology type of farming. I grow various types of crops. As you can see in my seed bank, there are around 119 varieties here. So those are the crops we are growing here. We started agroecology practices 10 years ago. And we used to be contract farmers. We were being contracted by a certain institution to grow some beans which they want. But unfortunately, they came and destroyed our crops and we were left with nothing. We had a AFC loan. We had borrowed to buy the inputs. And because we had nothing, some people came, Seed Savers Network, they introduced us and told us about the agroecology practices that we can use the indigenous seeds and start multiplying them. And from that time, we agreed and adopted their concept. And up to now, we had been multiplying indigenous seeds, and we have allowed 19 varieties of those indigenous seed banks. 10 years ago, when we were starting agroecology farming, we had only 14 varieties, but when we adopted the seed saving concept and started multiplying and saving our seeds, we are now having around 119 varieties, but we have been acquiring these other varieties through seed fairs, exposure visits to different, and also seed exchange programs with other farmers. That's how we had been able to collect all those 119 varieties. What I normally do, I collect bitter herbs from my farm. I'm using aloe vera, pepper, marigold, and what I'm doing is fermenting them so that I can get fermented plant extract. That's what I'm using to control the pest. I'm using a technique called integrated pest management. So many ways to control the pest, even using the smoke, all those various ways of techniques. Also fertilizers, I'm doing the composting. I make bokashi, that is fermenting various types of grass and weed from my farm, and also using some manure, then ferment it, and within 10 days I get my manure. I use cow urines as a foliar, and also we use it to make our microbe, or to develop our microbe. We call essential microbes. The best thing with using indigenous seeds is because there is no time I will fail to harvest. I normally have harvest because most of the indigenous seeds are resilient to droughts in this area, and also I have food sovereign. I have so many varieties I can choose, and also nutritional wise, my indigenous seeds are more nutritious than even the white. For example, the white maize is not nutritious than the red maize. So most of my indigenous seeds, some are super nutritious, like flaxseed, we are using it, chia, all those varieties. So I may say that by growing indigenous seeds or by saving indigenous seeds, I'm seed sovereign. I have seed sovereignty. I have about 10 varieties. We have one for 3 months. We have ones which has a very long tuber, but it stays for a long time. We had been able to distinguish between the ones we want for early maturity and also the ones which do well in drought areas. When we are doing agroecology farming, remember we are not supported by the government, so we had to create our own ways of making some profits. So we normally invite our friends and they come, there is a certain place we have put in my farm, and people come, they rest there, they eat, they taste the indigenous things there. We even have herbs which we use as medicine. We teach them about those herbs when they are there. So it is a very good thing. We call it the hotel. We normally get visitors here, and when they come here, most of them are interested to know what we do and how we are going to do about it. We pass that knowledge during the visit. We normally get visitors we get here. I also pass to my own children. They also know about the herbs we have. Even my wife, even my family, they all know about the herbs. That's how we even document or write and send online. True inheritance is wisdom, seeing the preservation knowledge which has been passed from generation to the other, good environment for my children. That is what I prefer as true inheritance. Good environment should encompass clean water, no pollution, forest which has been conserved, and also soil fertility which has not been contaminated. The government has not been so keen in promoting agroecology. They have been tending to favor commercial sector more than the agroecology. And also there is a lot of labor in agroecology, and people tend to do business with a lot of money, and the agroecology does not have so much money. So those are the challenges we are facing, because for you to be an agroecology practitioner, you have to be dedicated in the heart that you want to do the right thing. You want to conserve the seeds which you met being conserved. Some of the seeds are even forgotten, and you want to conserve them. So to get someone to promote with the things which are not profit driven is very difficult, and those are the challenges we are having as agroecology practitioners. I make sure that I exchange seeds. I give people who are unable to plant due to lack of seeds. I give them. If I give 1 kg, they give me 3 kgs, and in that way, I'm able to earn livelihood by selling those seeds as food, because the law does not allow me to sell as seeds. I'm also conserving those seeds which are forgotten, and in that way, a lot of people have interest to see those seeds which used to be there, and some of them even we exchange them with money. Some of them give some tips for conservation work we are doing, and also we get exposure visits to so many places, and in that way, we believe, or I believe it is good. It is good to be doing the work I'm doing. Me and my other farmers, we are trying to do a lot of work in lobbying and even advocating for recognition of our seeds. We are even making sure that we have a seed movement. We talk to so many people and convince them the need to conserve those seeds which has been there for so many years. We are even asking for court interpretation in the bad laws which are making it illegal for us to exchange seeds, and so many other things, and even talking to so many people, even having a lot of discussions. We are trying to convince even our local government, the national government, the importance of recognizing our own seeds. That's part of what I'm doing as a mitigation. Yeah, I am also involved in formulating an agroecology policy in Nakuru County. I'm one of those who are doing that. And in those ways, I feel I'm also participating in making sure that we are mitigating these challenges of agroecology practices. I pass knowledge through teaching of the groups, because I'm a group leader and also visit other groups. I also do it by talking to individual farmers, and when I get a chance, I always talk about the seed. I'm a seed ambassador. I talk about the seeds. I also do it, pass the knowledge by even composing music and even singing about the seed songs, and so many other ways whenever you get a chance. Agroecology, ukulima, uzingatiapo mazingira, ni salama, ni nafuu sana.